up with y'all, family? But in this video, I wanted to talk about something small real quick, yo. I'm not gonna make this a very long video, but I wanted to tell you, man, that since you have decided to take your power back, chosen one, since you are using the power that God has given you to wield, you will not, have life easy. You will have life on the hardest difficulty. So, like a zombie game or like any other game you play, you are playing veteran mode simply by you choosing yourself over everybody else, because temptation is hell in this world, y'all. This world is created through temptation because everything around you is fueled by your desires, which is the ego that causes you to partake or participate in things that either are going to help you or is going to distract you, y'all. But regardless, I'm telling you this because you were given a power as a masculine male, y'all. Your power was to stay stoic and lead the army to victory, y'all. You may be asking me, how do you do this, right? Well, you do this by remaining calm, building up your energy, and knowing that every decision is life or death, y'all. Literally, y'all. No mistakes about it. You can't make the wrong mistake whenever it comes to living, y'all, because life is like a gamble, y'all. What you play or what you spend is what you win. So be mindful, y'all, of making the right choices when you are playing this game that we call life, because you're on the hardest difficulty. So just think about that, family. And for all my men who are calm, strong, well, you will notice that life will bless you. You will be blessed. The universe will take care of you when you live the way the universe wants you to live, y'all. So that's the best part about this journey, yo. It's not forcing nothing, but becoming something that's undeniable to the point where your presence creates tension that is unignorable, y'all, to the world. That's exactly why you get unavoided, or let's just say unwanted attention, y'all. You get unwanted attention because this tension is not wanted, but it's certainty, because they see the brightness of your caliber, So just think about that, y'all. Be mindful and protect your energy, because I want to let y'all know right now, y'all, that if I can do this, you can do this, y'all. There's no excuses. But you should want to do this because it builds you as a man. It makes you choose legacy instead of living for temporary highs and lows, y'all. 90% of the world is living like that. So why the fuck do you want to live like them? If you want to stand out, y'all, this is your way to stand out. But you have to stand out because it's going to help you. It's going to use every fiber in your being to build you, y'all. It's going to take a lot of fucking work, but I promise you, if you can stay calm, stay strong, you will reach victory, y'all, or victorious. Because you become an inspiration for people who lack, a drive. So, I'm not going to make this video long. I just wanted to get on this camera and give y'all some motivation real quick, because I don't know when I will come back, y'all. I'm going to try to come back as soon as I can. But for now, y'all, I got to take care of business, y'all. I got to go do something. I got to use my mind to conquer higher things in this life shit, because God has given me the energy. He has seen I can control my energy. So now He's trying to remind me that you got to stay strong. You got to protect your mind. You got to use this for when it's wartime. But yeah, family, remember, y'all, like a sword, right? Like a sword. What you want to do, y'all, is make sure that your masculine energy is your edge to sharpen this motherfucker, y'all. Because you don't know when something's going to go down. So your best opportunity is to live life presently, but live life so calmly that people become so intrigued, but also so furious that they can't do anything to shake you or move you, yo. You become like an island, because you're separated from the world, but yet they can't do nothing about you because you're just existing. So, in other words, you can say, family, that this journey is powerful because it teaches you how to live with yourself. 90% of the population, y'all, they need validation or they need substance, But me, y'all, and one similar like me, y'all, all we want to do is use this creative energy to build. We want to do things with it because we have more than the average person in the world, y'all. And when you know that, Not by just saying that, but by experiencing it in life, yo. You separate yourself and you start thinking, damn, this presence and this energy that God has given me is no fucking joke, yo. Retention, I see a lot of people who are practicing it when they are older and they still get everything that I'm telling y'all now. But just imagine you in your 20s, in your early teenage years, practicing this shit. If you know about it, man, you will become a walking force of fucking power, yo. You're gonna have women throwing their asses at you everywhere you go. You're gonna have men respect you or be inspired by you, y'all. Don't look at the hate as, they purely hate you. No, they see something in you that they don't have, that they lack. That's why they are inspired by you and they stay fucking watching you. So never, feel like you are losing yourself. You're not losing yourself, yo. You're a walking motivator for the world. And that's what the world will, have high heads for you or they will neglect you. But either way, you must remember this. Remember, the shit I'm telling y'all, yo, it's for you to enjoy. Because think about it, if you're practicing a journey that's not so easy to do, you don't think that you will get things that will come with it that will help you? The women attraction, the energy raising, the confidence, the glow, the drive, the calmness. You don't think that shit's gonna help you? It's helping you a lot. That's why you need to practice retaining your energy, because it will save your life one day when you need it to. You instead of following somebody or the crowd, y'all, you look into yourself and see what you have to offer to the world instead of following or copying someone's traces, because you're not worried about that. You're trying to live life, y'all. Live it your way, But that's why I'm telling y'all, family, that you want to be ready. But if you're 16, 15, younger, or let's just say a little bit older than that, get on this fucking journey, yo, and watch it change your life. You may not be able to go a long streak at the moment, your first time, but if you can, man, remember, you can do it, yo, if you put your mind to it. Nothing's impossible with the power of the mind. But you must believe in it first, and you must live in the present moment day by day, because every day you will be tested with something different. Because God wants to make sure you are truly going to be on His purpose for the right reasons, and not for reasons that are going to cause you to lose everything you wanted. Whenever I see the woman attraction, y'all, I look at myself like, this is what it comes with. But I also feel like I'm living the way I bestly can. So if it happens, so be it, y'all. I'm not chasing women, but I'm also not going to degrade myself or devalue myself because of this woman attraction, y'all. If women talk to me, y'all, of course I'm going to talk back. I'm going to tell them, what they want to hear. But I'm also going to be humble and calm about it, y'all. You're never going to see me react outside of myself. It's going to be hard for you to irritate me or bother me, because I really don't care about anything external. The most you can do to do something that's going to irritate the fuck out of me is just me walking away, because I ain't got time for childish things, yo. You lived like a child your whole fucking life. Why do you want to live that way now, yo? You want to raise in maturity, raise in frequency, raise in vibration, because the universe will see that and give you what you are already. That's why I'm blessed. That's why I drive a nice car. That's why I have a lot of good things. That's why I feel good about myself inside. Because I'm telling y'all this one fact, universal fact at that. I have control of myself, y'all. And once you have control of yourself, everybody around you follows that, because you're literally sending an impulse to the world around you vibrationally or energetically that you have the ability to lead. That's why the most top tier women, they start chasing your ass, or they start trying to look at you and mimic what the fuck you're doing, because they see something in you that they can't explain, but subconsciously they feel power when they are directing their gaze upon you. I'm not telling you this to boost your ego. I'm telling you this to remind you of what the fuck the playing field comes with when you are enduring or partaking the battle. Because you will see this in your lifetime if you practice this journey. Especially if you're a younger man, you will see this. I'm telling you this, though, to keep your mind at a state of humbleness, y'all. To remind yourself that you are always worth the attraction, the attention, the energy, because you're a divine being. You are made in God's image, y'all. God has gave you this. You just didn't know about it if you weren't living this way your whole life. You treat everybody like they are royal and noble, even though if they don't move like that, because you want to awaken something within them that reminds them of who they are when you're not around them, yo. You know, the best thing you could do, y'all, is treat somebody in a kind gesture way. Because when you're not around them and your presence is gone, well, they will always look at you like that one person that's seen something in them. And that's how changes occur. By trauma as well, but by how somebody treats you, man. Because, have you heard that saying, y'all, treat somebody the way you want to be treated? Pretty sure you have. But this was a video, family. I didn't want to hold it up for too long, but remember, this sword that I carry, that you carry within you, it's already a sword. You're already a sword by default because you are a man. But it sharpens, yo. It literally sharpens and welds that high tier top quality the moment you choose to live the way God wants you to live, which is with divine masculine energy, high testosterone, avoiding smoking every day. You can have your time, but every day, yo, it's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna fuck you up in the mind, and it's gonna cause you to lay back, yo. Women, they peep that shit out, and they want a man who's right here, aware. But, you know, this was a video. Choose your battles wisely and know the battle. But before you know the battle, know what comes with the battle. But I love y'all, man. I say.